Greetings, YouTube. This is Yvette, and welcome to our channel. Blessings to you all. And I just have to report to you that I just turned 60 this past Sunday. And I did a posting on my Facebook. And I was saying how when turning 60, I just had this whole new regeneration. Like life is just beginning. Everything is great. I have this wisdom that I've been praying for. And I talked about how 60 is monumental. It's not like any other birthday. It's like almost like everything has started afresh. So while I do believe that when you pray for wisdom, God gives it to you, because read Proverbs 2. We should all be seeking wisdom. I do believe that. But however, it wasn't until I talked to my niece that something changed. So my kids took me out for a surprise birthday on Saturday night, not Sunday on my birthday. So I was not expecting anything. And you guys, it was the most wonderful, beautiful time, because I was thoroughly surprised. All I wanted to do was just go out to dinner with my daughter, lunch. It didn't even matter what it was. And it turns out that my daughter, her husband, her baby, my son, his wife, all showed up. And then they brought me a cake. And the cake was delicious that they brought to the restaurant. But we went and we tried Burmese food, which I've never had. It's kind of like Indian food for the most part. That's how I'm going to describe it. And the food was brought by a robot. It came on a tray that a robot brought. So that was very interesting. So it was nice, right? So while I'm out to dinner with them, I was telling them, I said, I feel something in the spirit realm, something, and I'm just doing my hands like this because I'm kind of making this motion that things are going around me. I said, I can feel this. Something is kind of different in the spirit realm. I can feel it like in the heavenlies, like something's going on. And I said, I feel like it's a good thing. It feels good. Whatever, like things are coming together. And that's this feeling that I described, that I'm turning 60 and everything's just lining up. Something's going on. That's what I thought, right? It wasn't until I was talking to my niece yesterday and we were just catching up on some things. And she asked me a question and I said, oh yeah, so-and-so is gone. And then it hit me. I said, oh man. I said, and I'm telling her how I was just describing this situation in the spirit realm, how something has been going on. Listen, a person left my home who was very, I'm going to call him vile, evil, probably the nastiest attitude I have encountered in a long time, in a child. And it wasn't just a little kid, it was a teenager. But no matter how much I preached, this particular individual engaged in behavior that attracted demonic activity. And I'm not talking about witchcraft. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doing things in the body that causes sin. If you want to know what I'm talking about, look up Fleece Johnson, Fleece Johnson. I'm not even going to do a link because somebody told me about Fleece Johnson. And I was listening to him for content because I deal with males. I take care of kids. And basically, Fleece does a good job of explaining what goes on in prison, all right? So when you make the choice to go against God and do this self-serving activity, it causes a bunch of stuff in the spirit realm with Satan, because he's all about coming to kill, steal, and destroy. And so that's what was going on with this individual. And while I am a woman and I knew of the type of stuff that he watched with his eyes, that he enjoyed, it was very demeaning to women, very, very abusive. It was not something that was ever could be transferred to somebody and call it love. So that was very, very vile to me. And we have a newborn baby in the house, a baby girl. And I did not feel comfortable with that mindset, that demonic activity. And I don't care I don't know how I'm going to explain this to you. But while I love Jesus and I have Jesus stickers all over my house, you guys have seen them before, but I'm in a rental. Our house is being worked on and we had to move out. And so now we're in a temporary residence right now while they're taking care of some stuff. And our house is just going to be so nice. Anyway, blessed. I'm telling you, I'm blessed on top of blessed. But anyway, this individual, while they were in the home, I mean, I'm talking there was an aura of evilness. Like there was something in the house, a presence that he brought in. But now there were times that he would work on not doing this thing and trying to change his mind. But when you let the enemy, and he's allowed the enemy to use him in this way for a very long time, all his life. So it's kind of like an alcohol or a drug addiction. You just can't turn it off. But he could have worked on it had he denied his flesh. But that caused a rift, spiritual rift in the home. And I've been under this. We've all been under this for a while. So in times when his mouth gets smart because he doesn't know how to respect women, and I just kind of like, look, I'm gonna take a break from him. I'm gonna go do the fun activity with the other kid, and he can just chill here and be disrespectful. In times that my daughter took over, and he never disrespected my daughter, but she said I had to go put some spiritual music on, some godly music on, because there's something in that house when he's there. It brings the whole house down. She knew what I was talking about. So when my niece was talking to me, hey, I was telling her about my birthday. She said, well, how does house? I said, so-and-so is gone. And I said, it is so nice. And I went, oh, that's what was going on. He left. That whole demonic entity left the house. And it's just almost like it's fresh renewing. Well, why didn't you cast the devil out? Because some people want to hold on to their demons. If you love your demon more than you love God, or you love your demon more than I hate your demon's going to stay. Demons stay where they are welcome. That demon was welcome in his body. And so, yes, it stayed there. So it didn't matter how much blowing of a shofar I did, all that. He welcomed that demonic spirit in him. And so it was there. So when I let him go, that whole entity left out. And I'm not saying I'm throwing the child away, because I still am going to treat him like he is a part of my family. We'll still bring him around, but he's not living in our home, because I want him to grow and to experience God. And he knows that God will bless. And there are times, like I said, that he really tries. But I think that at some point we're going to overcome this. So I don't want the people that God has given me, for me to let them go. Like God gave people to Jesus, and he wasn't going to let them go. We all have a mission to do, a job to do, that has to do with people who are brought to you, right? God brings us people for us to influence, for us to spread the gospel to, like Abraham. Everybody in Abraham's house served the Lord. So while I was taking this child to church or speaking life to him, teaching him scripture, he still wanted to hold on to the demonic activity. No matter how I explain, that is going to destroy you. So I'm telling those of you who we all think we grown and we can do whatever we want to because we over 21 or we 50 or we 80 or however old we are. The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So you have to be careful what you let your eyes see. And so when you're engaging and you're looking at stuff, I am telling, especially you men, you are ruining your relationship or your future relationship with a wife that will come along, or with someone that you want to have something special with, because you won't know how to interact with her. You won't, women don't feel like hands. You know what I'm talking about? When you take your hand and you do things with your hand to satisfy yourself, we don't feel like hands. So you'll never be able to satisfy yourself or her, and you'll end up in relationships that are broken. When you tend to watch things, that industry that gives you that kind of stuff that you think satisfies you, that is not normal behavior. And so that doesn't even go on in the bedroom. And if there are people who are doing that in the bedroom, I would question who your God is, because the enemy taught us how to do things that is against God. I'm just going to say that, okay? Some people feel like whatever a man and woman do in the bedroom, that's their business. No, it's not. God governs everything with us. My mouth, he gave us food to eat that's clean. If he's going to give me clean food to eat, he wants everything about me to be clean, right? Everything about you to be clean. As we engage in mating, or after you're married, it needs to be clean. And so there's some things that go on in that industry that is not okay. People are putting their mouths in places that it does not belong. There are places on my body where toxic waste is exited down below. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Same thing with a man down below. And those things people are putting in their mouths, that's not okay. That's the kind of stuff, the images that people see. And then they try to transfer that into a relationship. It doesn't work. It does not work. And so that's the kind of stuff this young man was saying, and even worse. Okay. So that attracted demonic influence, entity around him. And it was hard to live with him, While I love him and he's a nice person to talk to and to hang out with, we have such a great time. And I know he loves me in a respectful way as a family member, as an aunt. But he could not let go of the demon activity. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with me. I sensed it in the spirit realm. But I had the wrong label because I also turned 60 at the same time. So I feel like I need to fix my Facebook post because, honey, it's all about the demon got out. There's a reason why we need to be blessing our homes and praying over our homes and living godly 24/7. Don't go to church and live one way at church and then you get home and you do everything else. That's not going to work out. Okay? All right, I'm going to say blessings to you all. Read Proverbs 2. Pray for wisdom. Wisdom is going to save us in this day and time because these days are evil. I cannot go outside my house without seeing evil. And if I'm in a store, I don't care what it is. I can see the enemy's handiwork in a number of people who are very self-serving, like this person I'm telling you about. Women, all them eyelashes, and I see bubble lips and big BBLs, and I don't know who told people that was gorgeous. Hair weave, everybody has it. I mean, I can't. Listen, I am just shocked at how much we do to ourselves. Name somebody else's name all over us. And if it ain't that, we then tattooed junk all over us. Everywhere. Piercings, big old gauges in our ear. That's the stuff that we saw in third world countries. The bush tribemen would do certain things and put things up, rings up their neck and stretch their neck, big old holes over here. That's what we're doing, acting like we're bushmen, uncivilized bushmen. I'm shocked at people, but keep yourself unspotted from the world. Keep yourself unspotted from the world. I'm sorry I ended up talking too long, but blessings to you. And we're going to get this thing together, y'all, because it's all about victory. My name is Victory. God called us victorious. He's called us more than conquerors. We've overcome the world. Yes, we have. When we are on God's side and we protect what we see, what we hear, and what we say. Blessings, and I'll see you next time.